Domonique Foxworth is in with us. We're excited to have him. You should find, wherever it is that you get your podcasts, his latest venture, the Domonique Foxworth Show.
It's amazing.
Is it?
It's actually really good. You know how hard I am at grading things. Like, I'm proud of it now. The last, 2 months or so, we've been hitting our stride. We got some real good shows, smart stuff, funny stuff, important stuff, and I can't wait for the Heat to win tonight.
This is the way the story escalates to the greatest of punctuations is to be down 3-1 and rally to win with 2 road wins at the Giants' house. And Tony's shaking his head. That's not going to happen. He still finds.
Come on, Tony.
He's
been
Domonique,
shaking his head the
We've
entire
been doing this all
postseason.
series. Exactly. We're not gonna win 3-1 down.
Why?
It's not gonna happen.
Why? Is this a reverse jinx?
Attaboy.
It has to be, because I know.
I learned from the best.
I know that you, of all people, I mean, everyone in this room, how many times they have to prove it to you? How many mother freaking times do the
3 more times,
Heat
Domonique.
have to prove it to you? You thought they were
3 in a
beat the
row.
Bucks?
Three, no.
You didn't believe when they beat the
I
Bucks.
didn't think they were going to beat the Bulls.
They are 2-6.
They almost did it.
2-6 in their last 8. Do you understand how hard that is to do, to be in the finals and be 2-6 in your last 8?
It's the one thing you guys have in this fake-ass city that's real and gritty. Everything else in this fake-ass city is just phony. Bunch of scammers, fake breasts, lying. Everything is baloney in this city but the goddamn Heat. Fucking from the mud. They work hard.
What is it about whenever the day before a big game, you always see the practice shots, people in the social media showing clips from practice, and they're always real casual. They're like faking it. Like Jimmy's like, oh, I'm messing around with this rookie. I'm lifting him up over my shoulder. It's like, dude, if your ankle's hurt, don't be doing that. Yeah. But I love how they always try to seem, when they're at their most nervous, hey, everything's fine. We're having a normal practice.
You got to play cool, Chris.
But
Come on.
Domonique can speak to this, though. They are so tired of their 100th walkthrough of the season, like going through a morning shoot-around that only exists so they don't get hungover the night before.
But I'd rather see a report of nobody's talking today at practice because they have their game face on. It's not, Jimmy's lifting up Nika again.
Loser talk is what that is.
You want him to take the pool table out of the clubhouse again? That's the kind of response you want?
I want the reports. They mean business.
They know what they're doing. They've been doing it for a while. They've been the best NBA franchise in modern NBA history. Am I right, Mike?
Oh, come on.
I would give it to the Warriors.
Come on.
Sorry. But the
Warriors,
best
what
Eastern
the Warriors,
Conference.
What the Warriors have done is impressive. But what they've done with what they have is about what they should have done. What the Heat have done with what they have has been the most impressive thing we've seen in the last 25 years of basketball.
Good point.
And you sons of guys are out here acting all mopey and
You're
sad.
talking about the
You
last
don't
4
believe.
years, right?
All of it. I mean, the LeBron years, that
Right.
counts.
Well, I mean.
He's talking about this century.
Underperformed.
The Wade championship counts. It all counts. The rebuild after Chris Bosh's heart was messed up, all that counts, you cowards.
Well, for as mismanaged as the Lakers have been this century so far, they've also gotten to the finals with 3 different cores, and they've actually won it. So even though they've been terribly mismanaged, you can make an argument for Spurs, Lakers, Warriors, and then Heat.
Nope. I will not take it because the Spurs are boring and San Antonio stinks. And the L.A. is so much mother. I don't know. I can't make. Kobe's really good. Shaq was really great. Let's do it with people who aren't that good, like LeBron James. God damn it, Mike.
Nobody can walk into an arena like Pat Riley. They did the thing yesterday. They're rolling out the hits. It's Jimmy being casual at practice, and it's saying the Heat brass has arrived in Denver. And it's a slow-motion video of Riley just walking in the arena.
But he's walking like a 78-year-old man.
Oh, no.
You said that, not us.
It was like 80 for Brady.
Careful,
kinda.
Dan.
Yeah.
What does he mean by that?
What does he mean by that?
Who? Chris? What did Chris say?
What did Billy say?
Billy? Who? About the Marlins? Or?
Billy, what'd you say?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Billy, what'd you say?
I said that video that they put out made me kind of sad because it was like one of those, like older group of gentlemen taking on life adventures. Kind of like 80 for Brady is what I said, but it's what it reminded me of, to be honest with you.
Even that movie, right?
Even Zoe was like walking slow, and it felt like he was kind of like, am I moving too fast? Do I slow down? Like, what do I do here?
You didn't know if it was in slow motion or just the way they were walking?
No, I knew that was real time.
Wait, that wasn't in slow motion?
The people on the sides were almost fast forward. I thought, are we moving too fast? What's going on here? Respectfully.
It has been a lot can
Well
happen in 2 games. Pasta fagioli. The Heat went from 1-1 scoring 111 points in game 2 and feeling really good to 2 games later. It seems like everyone is simply saying the Nuggets are just better. It took 2 games for that to happen because of how it happened. Strus can't shoot all of a sudden. He's shooting like 4% in the finals. I'm not even making that number up. He's just
4%.
Yes, it's not a made-up number. He's shooting terrible on
It's
open
not even enough to
threes.
get on the presidential ballot.
And what they've done is they single cover
I was a poli-sci.
a slower Jimmy. They single cover Bam and allow mid-range jumpers, and then you just take away all of the threes. You take away all of the roll guys. And if it's going to be Bam, you've got to be better. You've got to be better than Jokic. And Jimmy, you've got to be better than Murray. And we're going to make it everything else even. And as an added bonus, Malone's going to make a signature move where Porter's been terrible in this series, like Strus-like in this series. Get him out of there and just let somehow at the end of the game, because Stugotz on Friday, the Heat season came down to 5 minutes. They're the 5 minutes that Scott Foster gave you.
Right.
He gave you 5 minutes to save your season there and give you what the NBA wants, which is a long series, 6, 7 games. Jokic was sitting, and you couldn't do anything to extend or to cut into a deficit with Jokic sitting for 5 minutes. I thought Malone should have left Jokic out there just not to give the Zombie Heat the chance to get back in the series, because I didn't think there was a chance in hell they would call the 6th foul on Jokic.
Finally, you're starting to make sense when you agree with me in saying that the NBA Finals are rigged. So thank you for your cosign on that.
Bad time.
You know what's pretty suspicious? When the star player for the other team fixes your rim. That's a little sus.
You say finally I agree with you on the series as being rigged. However, I would say to you that it doesn't say much for the status of the Heat that it was rigged in their favor and they still lost by double digits.
It's hard to do.
Denver's good. Denver's good. First time watching them all year. Hand up, they're pretty good.
They don't have any championships.
For me, it's pretty evident what needs to happen.
They're about to have one.
What's been missing from the Miami Heat since Game 3 of the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's in the playoffs. We all know the regular season made no sense, and projecting that over the postseason, it's impossible for them to be in the spot. What was the great equalizer was playoff Jimmy living at the line, and not just offensively, by the way. Getting to the line allows you to set up your defense and get Denver out of this transition that's been killing them. Jimmy's just not getting up to the cup, and it's got to be the injury, because they've gone through bigger and badder teams when it comes to protecting the rim on their run to the finals, but they're really intimidated by Jokic's presence.
The game plan for the Heat is very simple. Shoot historic from 3, you win. If you don't, you lose. That's it.
There are other elements here that are disconcerting for the Heat, and one of them, I would say, is no one has played better against Denver defensively in these playoffs than the Heat. You got exactly the game you needed from Murray and Jokic the last time and lost still by double digits at home. That's as poorly as Jokic will ever play. Ever. That game where he misses more than half of his shots, his ankle's hurt, he gets in foul trouble.
The garbage man.
The thing is, when you play a game, I'm from a sport where you play single elimination. So you think about the game in the course of the entire game, how you're setting up different things that you might want to break out in the fourth quarter. You run the blitz to the strong side all the first half because you know there's going to be a big third down in the second half. Then you run the blitz to the weak side, and it works in the fourth quarter. So you are setting people up, and sometimes you give up a little bit here in order to make things work later. You run this trade counter action the whole time to set up play action off of it. That's all the Heat are doing. So when there's a series, think about it as one long game. Setting their ass up, Spo. Spo is setting their ass up. So get ready.
Yeah.
Right now it's coming. Their asses is set.
I'm with you.
All the way up.
I want to be fair to Max Strus, Dan. He's shooting 16% from the field. Max Strus.
4 times better than what you alleged.
Yeah.
How about from 3?
I haven't checked from
I
3.
think it's 20% on wide open threes.
It's usually pretty close to that
He's
percentage.
setting them up. He's been missing them on purpose in order to set them up. So
Yeah, I'm
it's
taking a lot of
setup,
twos,
yeah.
do you?
just a setup.
Dan, think of it as one long game.
Yeah, it's just one long game. They haven't lost yet.
Man, there's just something about this team, though, that I do think they're going to be hard to kill.
Because they're champions. You know who's not? Denver.
Wow.
Never done it. They don't know how to win.
They've never been in this
This
spot.
group has never won a championship either. They
But
just-
it's there. It's there.
a
Spo's done
championship
it.
culture.
Somewhere in there.
Riley's got
you're
a
right.
couple.
Yeah.
It's in their
Udonis got
Somewhere.
some.
Nobody
It's in
plays.
there.
Nobody
Yeah.
plays.
Udonis got some. It's in there.
It is weird every time that their backs up are against the wall. Like
Kyle
Spo's just
Lowry.
like, it's got to be hard for us.
Yep.
It's not going to be easy. We
Have
all
you
knew
ever
it's
been
gonna be
more
hard.
comfortable than Spo is with his back against the wall?
Exactly. Yep. He lives there.
He's just leaning up against it like James Dean.
He's 19% from 3.
The
I
problem.
would be careful, Dominique. I don't think that wall's structurally sound.
Is Spo here? Who is that? Spo came over
The
here?
problem with being when your best argument is it's not impossible or they're good with their back against the wall. They've never had this particular giant leaning up against them while they
Aaron
got
Gordon.
their back against the wall.